Hey now, this is the official introduction for my Lone Star Texas size mini restoration project. First and foremost, I do want to say thank you to a few people out there. I've not met a lot of people, but I'm starting to learn more. And as I watch more videos, I'm finding more restorations out there. So thank you in advance to some of the people that I've met, as well as some of the people I will find. Right up front, there Peter Raymond from TMF Forum, Minnie Dave, Dan from Forum here in the USA, 94 Touring. Let's see, who else? Dave Jaguar 66, who's already been helpful to me. And through that, I've found Minnie Tom, Matt Green. Before that, I was watching some of the Cole with DIY mini or not a restoration, but do-it-yourself items. Thank you, guys. One thing, I have so much respect for all of you out there because y'all take the time and effort to put videos out there to help others like myself, and it's greatly appreciated. Now, my perspective is I'm coming to you from a novice point of view, so hopefully through the videos you'll see my mistakes and my successes. Automotive skill level on my part, I would have to say on a scale of 1 wrench to 5, maybe I'm about a 2. Now, it's not really fair because if I tell people what I've done, they automatically think, oh, you're knowledgeable about cars. That's not true. For example, I know the basics. I know the basics of how to replace a starter, an alternator, or water pump. I've done those things. I have replaced a transmission on my Suburban back here. And then the biggest thing I've ever done is I've replaced the engine on the Suburban. I drove it around for a few months, and in a nutshell, the engine turned out to be a bad engine, and it was under warranty, so I got another engine free. However, that just meant I had to remove it and replace it a second time. I did, and everything has been running wonderful since then. One bolt's missing though. It's like a 15 millimeter bolt, which I could never figure out where the heck it went. But so if I tell people that I've done that, they think, oh, you know about cars. Well, that's not true because my opinion is I basically know how to follow a manual. Haynes manual, shop manuals, and then of course they're always lacking in a lot of information. So I've been fortunate enough to be able to figure out the differences, and sometimes I had to get online and Google, like, okay, how do you do this or how do you do that, and one way or another I did it. So I wouldn't call that experience. I don't know the inner workings of the engine or the inner workings of most everything on the car, but I've done it. So what that has given me, that's given me a little bit of confidence. So now I'm on to something new. And of course, what better car than the Classic Mini? This guy, this beautiful car has kind of followed me throughout my life. So, all right. So who am I and how am I connected to this thing? My father was in the Air Force, and he was stationed over in England, which to me, I always say, gave me the privilege to spend my impressionable years there in England. Before, and then we moved back to the States. But while we were there, my father had a MK1 green mini saloon, license plate 284 Dan, and he also had a blue mini pickup. And little did I know it then, but that was the beginning of my love for this car. Now, I've loved these cars all my life. Now, there's been gap years where I didn't think much about them. I did collect toys here and there, but so I don't know all the models, Mini 35, Mini City, SPI, MPI. I don't know all those. I just know I love this car. So I've got a lot to learn in all aspects whatsoever, but my love started there. Now, okay, so who am I? I have a beautiful family. I have 2 girls, and much like Minnie Tom, I saw one of his videos recently, in that he has two small children, and yeah, that kind of puts a hold on other interests and hobbies. Well, when we moved to Texas 22 years ago, I designed and built this shop, and I designed it specifically for two minis. I was going to pull one in here and hopefully learn my way around cars, while the other one I hope to drive a little bit. And then we had our first daughter. Well, that kind of put a damper on my mini dream. So my mini dream kind of went on hold yet again, and my shop turned into a woodworking shop. Over the years, I've inherited tools from my grandfather, my dad, my brother-in-law, and I bought some of my own, and it's really been a woodworking shop. Well, now that I have my first mini, I've been pushing tools around and kind of reorganizing, and now it's really transformed back into what it was originally designed for. And of course, I'm excited. You can see with the mini on a rotisserie, I still have plenty of room in here, and I'm quite excited about it, finally getting to it. So I have two girls. And they're now a little bit older. So for Mini Tom, just hold on to that. Of course, you're already, you take what time you can, and you're already doing it. But hold on to the dream, because maybe you'll get some time a little bit later to do things proper, or more of what you like to do. Skill level. Oh, no, about myself. So two girls. I do have a chocolate boy who's 8 months old. His name is River, and he's my Cadbury boy. He's my furry boy. Let's see, what else about me? My skill level is basically ground zero. I don't want to rehash that, but I have so much learning to do, and hopefully my daughter. Oh, the big kicker was, so I wait all this time to get my very first mini, right? And so we go to the port, we go down to the port in Galveston, we pick it up, and my Anglophile daughter, who fell in love with the car, and she's like, "Dad, can I have it?" And of course, kind of torn there, excitement / bum, like, what? My very first Mini, and my daughter wants it? Well, so I agreed. I agreed. I said, okay, you can have it, but you are going to have to help me. You're going to have to put your own elbow grease into the restoration. If you don't, it's not yours. If you do, yes, you can have it. So hopefully in the videos coming up, in the near future, all the videos, you'll see one or both my daughters helping out with that, as well as River walking around. But so now, because I was a little bit easy on accepting her claim to the Mini, the reason being is because I have two other minis, and I'll talk about those later, but I can show them to you now. Let me grab the camera, and let's go see. I have two other minis that I will get to eventually. I have a 92-ish Mini that I drive, and I have a American Barn Find 1964 Austin Cooper. Okay, well, here's my girls. Are y'all coming on out? So here's my girls, and here's our chocolate boy, Cadbury River. I don't know if you can see him, but the one on the left holding River is Waverly. The one on the right is our youngest, and that's Devry. So, but anyhow, yeah. So that's my family. So back to these guys. The blue one is a 92-ish Mini Cooper, and there's a story behind that. I won't get into that now. But then there's the 64 Austin Cooper, which I'm very excited about, and I'll do a little video on that and how I found it, because it is literally, it is literally what I'm very fond of, is my American Barn Find Mini. Let me come back into here, and I'll explain that a little bit. I always read articles in Mini World, Mini Magazine, about barn finds, and of course that's just kind of a dream, right? Well, I actually had one of those, and I'll do a video just on that. So I don't know what else. I think that's about it for me. Again, thank you to the online community who is teaching me so much, and you guys are so giving. And I hope to be a positive contributor back to the community. If and when I can, I'll learn. I'm going to make a lot of mistakes. I get that. Um, let's see. Fun facts. I'm in Texas, so Texas, aka the Lone Star State. I've had a little bit of fun with my own logo to do my own branding. So the graphics that you see I had fun creating that. And so Lone Star Mini, that's me. Um, let's see what else. Fun facts. Both my girls that you just met, they both learned to drive on this Mini, and then the 92 in there. So they both learned to drive on a classic Mini. I couldn't be more pleased. So that's kind of cool. Okay, the camera stopped recording, so I don't know where it stopped at. So I'm just gonna I hit record button again, and I'll start over, or I'll start somewhere, and hopefully I'm not repeating myself. But Minis here in Texas, I don't see that many of them. Texas, is kind of big. It's one of our largest states in the USA, and you can, in fact, I kind of looked this info up. You can fit 5.3 land masses of England in the state of Texas, and so we don't see very many minis. So you can imagine my surprise. There was one day I was coming home from work, and when I took my exit, I saw a truck pulled over his side of the road. He had a big trailer on the back of it, and what was it? You can see the picture. I'm going to post a picture somewhere up here. But anyhow, so I was quite surprised to see that. I talked to the guy, said, "Hey, do you need help? What's going on?" He had already called help, so he had help on the way, but his truck broke down. But that was kind of cool. Now, I'm sure the minis are here. They're just tucked away, here and there. In fact, the 92 that I have in there, I found 6 miles from my house. A guy had it up for sale, and he had it up for sale, and I gave him a ridiculous offer because I was in the process of looking for another Mini to import from the UK, and so I really wasn't all that interested. But of course, it was so close to home, so I gave him a ridiculous offer, and I'm sure I insulted him. However. And I did hear from him for like 2 weeks, so I thought, oh, for sure I insulted him. But then all of a sudden, I got another text back from him. He said, "Okay, if you still want the car, it's yours." So of course I was excited, and I went over and got it and brought it back. The other ones, I'll tell you a little bit about the other ones in their own video. But so Texas, I hope that my videos aren't all hat and no cattle. Texas translation is, I hope I don't talk a lot without action behind it. Hopefully my videos will offer something useful to somebody out there, if nothing else, that gives them hope to do some restorations on their own, because that's where I'm starting. Guys, I guess that's about it. I don't know. I said a lot before I realized the camera wasn't recording. I have no clue where I am, but here I am. Thank you to the online community. You guys, you have my respect. You guys are quite giving, and I hope that I can come up to your level. But so for now, I'm raring to get going on this guy, and I'm fixing to start this here project. So, all right, bye just now.